What's good? What's good? It's your boy Fanon doing the live stream for the day. This one is going to be on Gennady Golovkin's lion backside. How in the world can these dudes continually act as if they are anywhere near Bernard Hopkins' record 20 major championship title defenses? The guy has 8 of them, not 20, not 19, not 18, not 17, not even 10. He's got 8 of them. And these cats that keep pushing this lie, stop it. There's no comparison between Bernard Hopkins' record championship defenses, major championship defenses, and Gennady Golovkin's. Gennady Golovkin won his first major title in 2014 against Daniel Gill. He has defended that. He's defended major championship belts 8 times, not 20 times. And it's just it's ridiculous that if people let this crap go and say that he tied a record, he's a hype job. And I've never really come out super hard on Gennady Golovkin. But this is just a lie. It's not based in truth. It's not even remote. Anybody that's being honest about what's going on will know that he's got 7 title defense. He's got 8 title defenses. 8 of them. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, man. I have no clue how in the world people support this and don't say something about it. But that's the media. I guess you just assume if you say something enough times that people are going to believe it, man. This dude has 8 title defenses. But yet you have videos coming up about him about to break Bernard Hopkins' record of 20 major championship defenses. I should actually go back and see how many times somebody has defended the NABF belt. See if there's somebody that has defended their belt like USBA, like the USBA Continental title or something. See if somebody defended that, how many times they've defended that, man. Ridiculous. Hey, man, I'm not getting any comments, so I'm assuming, I don't know if anybody can hear me. Let me know if you're in the building. You see, we got 12 people in the building, but I don't see like any notification that I'm actually being heard, which is highly unusual. So let me know if hello. Oh yeah, I can be heard. I can hear myself. Lowland Province, Netherlands, what's good, man? Timmy Diamonds, what's happening, man? Good. Oh, cool. Mark Pinkerton, you hear me? Yeah, man. Look, I don't even usually do these. I don't even think I have on this particular one the ability to do a screen share. I don't. But, man, it's ridiculous, man. Look at this. I just go to BoxRec. We all know everybody knows that the WBA, the WBC, the IBF, and the WBO were the major championship belts. Those are the major championship belts. But the problem comes in, and this is where the confusion lies with people. Hey, World Breaker Fighting, what's good, man? Yeah, IBO. The IBO is not a major championship belt, though. The IBO is not a major championship belt. The IBO is the IBO. It's not the It's not the IBF. It's not the WBA. It's not the WBC, and it's not the WBO. It's the house. Hopkins beat undefeated Trinidad, undefeated Glenn Johnson, John David Jackson, Roy Jones. Hey, that's all good, man. Look, that's all good. See, I don't want to get off. It's the house. I don't want to get off on a different subject, which is subjective, right? Somebody can say, Gennady Golovkin fought better competition. You can argue that. But if you're going to argue it in championship fights, you better argue about the 8 people that he fought in them. And not anybody else he fought before that. But the I'm sorry, man. I'm typing up this because I'm going to actually go through this. Gennady Golovkin is 37-0 with a draw. The WBA regular title, is not a major championship belt. It's a secondary belt. The WBA super title is the championship belt. Gennady Golovkin won the WBA super belt against Daniel Gill in 2014. Before that, he only held the WBA regular and the IBO. So when he fought, this is the 20 fights that they're counting. They're counting. These are the ones that this is what they're saying is 20 title defenses. He won the WBA regular title against Nilson Tapia. That's the WBO regular title. Then he's talking about from Kasim Uma on. Kasim Uma is 1, Simon is 2, Fugiyami is 3, Proska's 4, Rosado's 5, Ishida's 6, Macklin 7, Curtis Stevenson's 8, Adama's 9, Gill is 10. Marco Antonio Rubo's 11, Murray, Willie Monroe, David Lemieux, Dominic Wade, Kell Brook, Daniel Jacobs, and Saul Alvarez. The only problem with that lie is the only defenses he should have that are major championship belts start at Marco Antonio Rubio. So he has Marco Antonio Rubio. That's 1. He's got Martin Murray, that's 2. Willie Monroe, that's 3. David Lemieux, that's 4. Dominic Wade, that's 5. Kell Brook, that's 6, but he didn't defend the WBA title. So really, that shouldn't count because in the total, because he didn't defend the WBA. So technically speaking, he only has 7 if you include the WBA Super. He's defended the WBA Super 7 times. He's defended the IBF. How many times did he do the IBF? 1, 2, 3, 4 times for the WBF, for the IBF. The WBC is 1, 2 times for the WBC, 4 times for the IBF. The WBO, he doesn't have the WBO. That's it. And he has 7 title defenses for the WBC. For the WBA Super. So quiet as kept, the dude's got, on the real, he's got 7 title defenses of a belt. The other ones he had, and shout out to my man that corrected me on that, he doesn't even have 8 world title defenses. He's got 7. 7 for the WBA Super. In every other one, he's got less than 7 defenses for. It's ridiculous, man. Ron Finkel said, for non-international boxing, you broke it down clearly. I learned a lot. Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. But it's just people got to cut that out, man. Don't allow that to happen. And I kind of agree with my man Black Fight Fan TV on this. I'm not really big. Woolbag said the IBO, Italian baked olives. Yeah, pretty much. IBO's the internet belt. Angel Santos would rep the IBO. He always talks about that. But the fact of the matter is, World Breaking says against what middleweights. See, here's the thing, World Breaker Fighting. I'm not even going to go into the fact that about half of those guys are 154 pounders. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is look at what they're saying the record is. And there are some times that Bernard Hopkins fought guys that were moving up in weight. He fought Felix Trinidad. He fought Oscar De La Hoya. Neither one of those guys are natural middleweights. Those Trinidad came from 147. Oscar De La Hoya came from weight. I think Oscar De La Hoya at a point fought at lightweight. So, I'm not going to besmirch the cat defending his belt because there's no need to. He just does not have 20. Any way you count it, he doesn't have 20 title. He does not have 20 title defenses of major championship belts. He might have 20 title defenses of belt of including secondary belts. But that's ridiculous. Who cares? Who cares if he defended the IBO and the WBA regular title? He wasn't the WBA super title. The WBA super title was with Felix Sturm. What's good, Carl Burrell? Sir Cryptimus Prime said nobody deserves to fight with GGG or AJ. Nobody's profile is raised enough. Exactly. You know, that's just a fraud, though, man. And I didn't even know how long I'm going to stay on the live stream for this. I dare somebody, of all the clowns out there making videos, what's going on there, Brown, and not necessarily call me biased on this. When I say he's got 7 title defenses of a major championship belt, the WBA, he's defended he owes the IBF, he owes the WBC. What's going on, Mike Biggs? And he holds the WBA Super. Those are the 3 major championship belts he holds: the IBF, the WBC, and the WBA Super. He has defended the WBA Super 7 times. That is the most times that he's defended a major championship belt. 7. Bernard Hopkins defended the IBF belt, the IBF belt 20 times. That count is 20-7. And I'm just going to throw in the 8th because I don't feel like being overly complicated and saying, oh, well, you know, what does act like in the Kell Brook fight that the WBA belt was on the line? Woolbag said Batty Man came up off that fence. What's that? What are you talking about with Batty Man? Batty Man strikes back. You talking about it? I'm not sure what that is. Fanon, Sanchez thought GGG was going to be the bigger star based on color and was trying to use Mexican fans base as leverage. Hey, man, honestly, that's just ridiculous. Woolbag, I know what you're talking about. Oh, look, because the pressure's on, man. But I mean, hey, he'll be wrong on this subject. He'll be right on the next. That's a good channel. I got no problem with that dude. Though I don't think he likes me much, but it is what it is. Look, man, I don't even care. I'm sorry. That's what I was on. Hey, man, he's ridiculous. That Mexican style fighter. And there ain't even a Mexican in this fight. I think Mauro Rosen's Armenian or something? I got you, Alex Santos. Boxing almost has to be judged the way NCAA football is formulated. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that if they could do it, because NCAA football, you still, unless they've changed, because I haven't paid attention to that bowl system, they can still find a way to have the best team not make it in. Really, I think the best way to go about it, which isn't practical, is just the NBA system. You know, you just have a playoff, man, seed people and do it like the World Boxing Super Series, and everybody's got to fight each other. You know, you guys just got too much nonsense going on, man. And that might have I see you. That might have, helped Gennady Golovkin get that belt a little bit earlier. But you can't give him credit for Felix Sturm not fighting him. If Felix Sturm, he was trying to get a fight with Felix Sturm, but Felix Sturm didn't want to fight him. Yeah, okay, he didn't fight him, but still, he doesn't get credit for minor championship belts when you're talking about beating Gennady Golovkin's record. And I do believe that somebody in the written media needs to point that out, because that's just a lie, man. Yadi says GGG and Lomo fake history. I don't know about the history on Lomachenko being fake. I don't know about that. Greg Rice said, attention trolls, if you were recently tagged with an AATC, look out. You're recently tagged with the timeout. Look out. I mean, honestly, man, I would love to hear it. I want to hear somebody explain that to me. I want to hear somebody explain to me how he's got 20 title defenses, how he beats the record of Bernard Hopkins. How he's even close. Fanon, quality of opponent, record versus opposition, KOs, decision rounds, one factor into a rating. Yeah, I can get with you, but I'm not even rating him as a fighter. I'm not rating him as a fighter. I mean, he won 3 belts. I give him credit for the shit that he did. I give him credit for what he's done. I mean, he won. He's defended a major champion. He's defended a major championship belt 7 times. The WBA. That's the most he's defended a belt is the WBA super title. And he defended that major championship belt 7 times. Hey, man, you can't luck into 7 title defenses. You might have, cherry picked your oppositions and all that. But, sometimes, man, for the sake of just, sometimes I'm not going to over argue. I don't have to get it. I don't even have to go to the quality opposition. I can just go for the fights he actually fought. So, for example, you have Deontay Wilder, right? He won his belt against Bermane Stiverne. So, how many title defenses of the WBC heavyweight champion does he have? He has Eric Molina, that's 1. Duhaupas, that's 2. Spilka 3, Areola 4, Gerald Washington 5, Bermane Stiverne 6, Luis Ortiz 7. And how many times has Gennady Golovkin defended the WBA super title? 1 against Marco Antonio Rubio, 2 against Martin Murray, 3 against Willie Monroe, 4 against David Lemieux, 5 against Dominic Wade, 6 against Kell Brook. No, excuse me. Still 5 against Dominic Wade because in Kell Brook, it wasn't on the line. 6 against Daniel Jacobs, 7 against Saul Canelo Alvarez. As far as defending the major championship belts, Gennady Golovkin is tied with Deontay Wilder for 7 title defenses of Deontay Wilder. 7 title defenses. Deontay Wilder has defended the WBC title 7 times, and Gennady Golovkin has defended the WBA super belt 7 times. This will be his 8th. How in the world do you give this dude 20? Unless you just change the rules. And you say, well, we're just going to talk about how many titles he won. I mean, how many times any belt will do. We're going to count. Let's just go ahead and start counting his amateur victories, stuff like that, man. It's just not true, and let's see, like when you start going into, arguments about whether or not he, fought better competition than Bernard Hopkins or all of that, that is subjective, even though obviously, right, for me, I agree with you because I'll say, okay, of the 7 title defenses he's had for the WBA belt, Saul Canelo Alvarez, if he makes 8 with Vanis Martirosyan, Vanis Martirosyan is a 154-pounder. Saul Alvarez is a 154-pounder. And who's his best win? Is it Willie Monroe or Martin Murray? I'm not sure. Maybe David Lemieux. It's either Martin Murray, Willie Monroe, or David Lemieux. Does that sound like Felix Tito Trinidad or Oscar De La Hoya or Glenn Johnson to you? It doesn't to me. But it is what it is, man. Let me get to this comments in the comment section, man. I've been going on this a little bit. Sir Cryptimus Prime, Eddie is raising his profile in the U.S. Now all the fighters are wanting to sign with him. Are you smoking something? You's got to be smoking something. You okay, Sir Cryptimus Prime? You must be. You serious? All he did in that last fight was manage not to completely flop on Showtime. I mean, on HBO. That's all he managed to do was not to completely flop. But on the real, it's not like 800,000 on HBO. That's like 600,000 on Showtime. And I was being gracious because I didn't want to pick on Jarrell Miller, but those are two American fighters who are from New York City, the biggest city in the country. That's the biggest market, other than maybe California, but California is more spread out. But New York City, you got two fighters who are from New York City, and they managed to do 800,000. That's not that good, man. I mean, it just managed not to suck. That's all that is. And that's not Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn isn't promoting on HBO. You know, HBO promotes HBO fights. Eddie Hearn doesn't get credit for the TV ratings. He should get, if anything, he would get credit for the gate that flopped. Brown, what is it that Eddie Hearn want to get to Deontay Wilder money because he knows he will not be able to get to Anthony Joshua's pockets this fight? I mean, I think he just doesn't want to fall apart, man. You know, that's what. Oh, sir, always pushing the sarcasm. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. Sir Krypton's Prime. Yeah, dog. Yeah. If you're being sarcastic, all right, that's cool. I'm sorry, man. Ron Finkel, share this on Twitter. I'm about to start allowing more different tweet followers to get a new platform, even more widespread. Not that it needs help. Okay, I'm not sure what that is. So anyway, man, that's what I wanted to get off my chest, man. Now, what's going on with this Fanon and sold only 7,000 tickets, about 8,000 tickets in New York City. God, dog, he's from New York. They're from New York. Yeah, HBO has 34 million subscribers. Yeah, I mean, it's not the best, man. I mean, it just managed not to flop. But if these were numbers were for 2014, it would have been a flop. In 2014, 2015, pretty much every fight that on HBO was doing a million too. Like a flop on HBO in 2014 used to be like 800,000. 800,000 was a flop. 800,000 was a flop back in 2014 and in 2015. But then it just really started declining, started a serious decline after pretty much when Peter Nelson came on board. When Peter Nelson started, I think he started, number one, trying to focus on smaller weight classes. They're not really putting much behind American fighters. And I know that HBO I know HBO is a global outfit, but still, I mean, the United States of America is where is the bulk of your subscribers. And they don't want to appeal to the bulk of their subscribers. And it started leaving. Yeah, the World Breaker fight and the declines started to happen after Mayweather left. Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. I'm about to get on this subject, though. I'm about to change the subject real quick, though, man. Will this fight ever happen? I want to take a poll. Will the Deontay Wilder fight with Anthony Joshua ever happen? Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm changing. $2019. I'm thinking it's in 2019. I'm thinking this fight will happen in 2019. Let me know what you guys think about it. What year do you guys think that this fight is going to happen, if it's going to happen at all? Eventually they're going to have to make that fight happen, man. I'm thinking. You said right, less than 1% of the yeah, you ain't lying. 2020 Trap House says 19. Yadi said Alex Santos says 2020. Yadi early 2019. Pasha Blaine 2085. Dang, dog. You trying to wait till these guys are senior citizens in this joint. Oh, 2085. How many years is 2085 from now? Is that God, I'm terrible. 60 years from now. That's over 60 years from now. So, or 70, 57 years from now, something like that. Yeah, I'll be dead. I'll be dead at that chance. Carl Burrell says no chance in hell. Fanon, you're wrong. No, he does not have the emotional strength to do it. It's Khan versus Brooks. Not going to happen. Gregory Wyatt says 2022. Shad McCarthy 2018. Harold Trim 2019. It will be the peak of the buildup. I mean, can you get a better buildup right now than what you have right now? It is going. I mean, I'm telling you, man, this fight's getting huge. It's getting huge. And I'm going to say it like, you know, when you got guys who feign neutrality, and I mean feign neutrality, dog. Everybody's got a damn opinion, man. And it kills me how people want to act like they don't have an opinion. Like, oh, what I'm saying is not opinion. It's 100% scientifically proven fact. What I'm saying is correct. This man will win the fight because I know exact is the truth of the matter. And it's 100% fact that Manny Pacquiao beat Jeff Horn. That's 100% fact. No, Doug, it's not fact. That's your opinion. But anyway, the way that I judge fights starting to get big is when you start having people who act as if they want to walk the line. Like, oh, I'm calling it right down the middle. Yeah, you might try to call it down the middle, but you don't mean it down the middle, friend. You were leaning one way or you leaning the other. Fess up to what that is, man. Lars O'Love, what's good, my man? Much love in the super chat. He said, I know it's off topic, but what happens if Danny Garcia refuses to fight Porter for the WBC title? Also, what happens with the WBA? What happens with the WBA should Keith give it up? Oh, I think they'll both be different title eliminators. If Danny Garcia refuses to fight him, then they'll probably drop him out of the top 10 and then have Sean Porter fight somebody else in the top 10 for that title. And then the same thing for the WBA, they would probably fight. They probably have a title eliminator for whoever to get the right to fight. I'm thinking, or you know how funny it is, they might just elevate the regular champion if Manny Pacquiao wins. If Manny Pacquiao wins, beats Lucas Matisse, I think that they would elevate Manny Pacquiao and then set up a situation where Manny Pacquiao would have to fight Keith Thurman. But that's just my gut, man. Big Chief, what's good, man? Ronald Finger said, I'm a boxing fan, not a man fan. Oh, my God, you got that right. Hey, man. Some of these dudes, you couldn't tell it. Oh, Brian Olafanan, time to start pushing Fury Wilder. Have Joshua on the outside watching him make all that money in a huge Vegas fight. You know what's interesting? In the narrative of Anthony Joshua that I just ran into off your question. Oh, Lowland Prophet said 2024 transhumanism. We live forever. That's what's up. Oh, yeah, I get you on that, though. I get that point. You know that Klitschko versus Tyson Fury did better numbers in the U.S. than Fury. I mean, Klitschko versus Tyson Fury did better numbers in the U.S. than Anthony Joshua versus Klitschko did. Anthony Joshua versus Klitschko. I didn't know that was the case. So I went through the numbers. I think it might have been purely HBO, which could account for that, man. But Trap House says a lot of these fighters are super weird, Fanon. Like when AJ asks a fan, how does he beat Wilder? Hey, man, you know what? I saw your video on that. Shout out to Trap House Boxing. Y'all ain't subscribed to Trap House Boxing. Subscribe to Trap House Boxing. Yeah, I saw your video. I didn't have a chance to watch that, though. So he asked some fan, how do you fight Wilder? How do you beat Wilder? Oh, man. That's crazy. Jesus will come back and leave before AJ fights Wilder. Oh, man. You know, Hey, I think it'll happen. Escobar Boxing says time to boycott Porter versus Garcia for none. I mean, I'm okay with that fight. Well, I'm not sure why I would boycott it, because Keith Thurman gave up the belt. Keith Thurman gives up the belt, and if they fight, as long as the winner fights Errol Spence Jr., I'm happy. You know, but more than likely they're going to wait around and try to fight a rematch, or they're going to try to fight or they'll try to fight Keith Thurman when Keith Thurman, comes out, whatever. So I wouldn't doubt if something happens, something could go on like that, man. But even like Danny refusing to fight Sean, yeah, that's ridiculous, man. Danny Garcia, but I think Danny Garcia knows he's going to lose that fight. That's my take on it. My take on it is that that he knows that he doesn't think he's going to win that fight. If he doesn't think he's going to win the fight, then that could explain why he acts like that. That's my take on it. Good afternoon, all. What's good? What's going on, Brian S? I'm chilling, man. Just talking a little boxing, man, in the afternoon. It's been a good day, man. Got a nice small crowd today. Get a chance to talk to you cats about good stuff with this boxing. Yeah. Lil Z said, would you class that Miller fight as a small fight? Yeah. I mean, I think it's a fight between a contender and a guy that is a gatekeeper or a journeyman in Dukakis, however you pronounce his name, and a guy that's trying to break into title contention. I like Jarrell Miller, man. I just don't like the beef going back between him and Deontay Wilder wouldn't be a big deal. The only issue that I have with Jarrell Miller, or Dillian White for that matter, is because I just don't want their names in the mix, with Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder until those two guys fight. But I would love, man, if they announced tomorrow a Dillian White versus Jarrell Miller fight, I'd be all in, man. I'd be all in for that. But yeah, so maybe not a small fight, but a second tier heavyweight fight. Curtis Anderson said, for now, will Porgrig take step aside money? I'm not sure, depending on how much step aside money there is in that. I'm going to reach out to Porgrig again, man, to see if I can do another interview with him. You just reminded me of that. I mean, for enough money, cats will step aside, though. They'll give you a break. If you pay them a purse worth of money and give them a guarantee that they get the next fight, hey, money talks, BS walks. I wouldn't doubt that he would take some, if he can get a nice chunk of change for not fighting and know he gets the next fight. Hey, man, why not? I wouldn't even besmirch the cat that, Hey, Fanon, you think Roy Jones will allow Jim Lame to say Lil G is fighting his 20th challenge? I mean, he'll say it. Oh, God. It's just a distinction. See, they can say that without lying, because they can be like, it's his 20th title defense. What title defense? You can say it's his 20th. It's not even his 20th title defense. Yeah, it is. It's the IBO. He's defended the IBO 20 times. The IBO. That's the 20 title defenses, the IBO. The IBO is not a major championship belt. And the fact that he's fighting for the IBO belt doesn't make it a championship. It's ridiculous. But I wouldn't doubt if he said it. He's going to say it. It's just how it rolls. Sir Cryptimus Prime says Big Baby is a stationary object. Targets practice for AJ. I don't know. He'll also hit AJ up a good amount too, and he's bigger than AJ. I don't know, but just the problem is he can't hurt anybody. It just doesn't seem like he can hurt somebody. Dana Jones said Alvarez took a whole bunch of step upside money from Stevenson, probably $500 million overall. Yeah, man, you keep getting paid. Hey, all right, and eventually you'll get your shot. Now, this shot Alvarez is getting is against. It might even be an easier look in Sergey Kovalev than Adonis Stevenson. Kamal O said doubtful. Matisse had a lot more momentum and viewed as a boogeyman. Porter not so much. Al Heyman probably held the fight back till now, knowing the WBC was on the line. I don't know, man. I think he advises all those guys. I just don't think Danny Garcia wants it, man. Marlo's Corner, what's good? He said, what's good, Fanon? What up with the fight fam? Rich Modest, what's up? Yes, Tay Legacy, you're 100% right. He said effing propaganda is what it is. It is. It's just foolishness. It's not based in reality, man. The guy is nowhere near Bernard Hopkins. Nowhere near Bernard Hopkins' record, man. He ain't even half of it, man. He's barely a third with the WBA. But we got to sell this fight with somebody. That's called clickbait. That is boxing's version of title version of clickbait. Because there's no way in the world, dog, that cat nobody should even be talking about that, man. But it is what it is. People does what they does, man. They does what they does. But I'm still try, even when nobody agreed with. Oh, what's the trap? Fanon, you remember? I've been on the record for a year now saying that Big Baby Miller. Yeah, you have been. That Big Baby beats AJ. Even when nobody agreed with me, I'm going to tell you, man. I think that dude could be some big problems for Anthony Joshua. Now he's a stationary target when he wants to be a stationary target and change and take punches, but when he doesn't want to be, he slips the hell out of some punches, and he's so active. To be that big and throw that many punches, that's trouble. That's trouble. And I just don't know if Anthony Joshua really has the ability, because Anthony Joshua does not have Deontay Wilder type of power. He doesn't have that type of power where it's just like you're gone. You know what I mean? Like Deontay Wilder has, move your head from one shoulder to the other shoulder and make it bounce back type power. I'd love to see the fight, but I want to see that fight. I don't want to see that fight in lieu of Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. I want to see the unification of all the belts. But yeah, Trap House, you my dude, no doubt about it. Respect to Trap. Woolbag says AJ versus Miller would be an early stoppage win for AJ. I don't think so. I think it'd be an early stoppage win for Deontay Wilder. I just think that Miller's got enough head movement when he doesn't want to be hit, and he's he's unorthodox as well. I don't think that's an early stoppage. And on top of it, man, it might be a point. I would predict with Anthony Joshua and Jarrell Miller that it would be, if it's in the UK, it's a 12-round decision for Anthony Joshua. But he couldn't take out Carlos Takam legitimately, and he couldn't take out Joseph Parker. And if Jarrell Miller wants to not get hit, he can go into a mode where you're not going to touch him. That's how I see it. He will exchange when he wants to exchange, but there's other times with his head movement and his kind of shiftiness and his relaxation in there, and the fact that he's so damn big. I mean, the dude he's going to outweigh Anthony Joshua by what? 50 pounds? Some shit like that? 50 pounds? Curtis Sands, at Miller's activity rate will cause AJ problems. Yeah, he keeps throwing punches. He's never going to give you a chance to breathe. So I think that would be a tough fight for Anthony Joshua. I think it's an easy money fight, though, for Deontay Wilder. Because if he gets hit, he's going to go, he can't take that. Yeah, dude, 300 pounds, and he's got really good endurance. And his head movement and all that stuff is nice. He's kind of slick, too. I mean, I kind of liked what I saw out of him. The only problem I had with him is sometimes he decides just to trade, and he just gets into a situation where like Dupas or whatever could hit him too easy. But when he didn't want to get hit, he got out of his way, man. Dana Jones doesn't have power to keep Wilder off his ass, not even enough to hurt any top welterweights. Yeah, that is his problem, is the punching power. I agree with that. But I don't think Anthony Joshua's got the best chin in the world. So, you know, I think Dupacus has a good chin. But we'll see. Hopefully, we won't see before we get to see Deontay Wilder and him fight. But I wouldn't mind seeing it. Coach, hey, what's going on, Coach John Roberts? Said, I think Applejack should fight Pulev. Yeah, that's what's up. Oh, man, Lars O'Love, man, shout out in Super Chat. He said, if Miller beats AJ, what it mean for the heavyweights? It doesn't. And does it take the luster off the heavyweight division? Yes. But then again, anything could happen. Two sides. First, if Miller beats Anthony Joshua, it takes Anthony Joshua will get an immediate rematch. If he beats him twice, then it kills UK boxing. It kills UK boxing. They're gone. I mean, heavyweight boxing. It kills UK heavyweight boxing. They're done for a while because Anthony Joshua is not going to come back from that. But it builds US boxing because that means you got two American champions with all the belts. And you got Deontay Wilder and Jarrell Miller fighting for the unification of all the belts. That helps the US boxing. So, and Jarrell Miller can sell a fight, man. And he would hold all the belts. He would hold 3 of the 4 belts. So I think that wouldn't be a bad thing for American fight boxing, you know. But shout out in the super chat, man. Thank you so much for the support. And we definitely appreciate everybody that gives in the super chat because we're giving this money to a cause. And every time, man, it really helps a lot, man, to be able to do it. So thank you very much, Lars O'Love. Trap House said, I explained to someone that the difference between AJ and Dukakis is that AJ don't double up or triple up on his jabs. That's why Dukakis was able to keep Big Baby at bay sometimes. AJ jabs one at a time. Yeah, no. Hey, I see what you're talking about. I think that's a good point, man. Definitely think that's a good point. King David, Miller too fat and slow. If AJ picks him, it's because he knows he'll win. I don't think hey, you see Miller being slow? He's big dude. He ain't slow though. I've not seen that. I've not seen Miller be slow. I don't think he's slow at all. He's a huge dude though. Trap House Boxing for 9. Then when the pressure will be on Tyson Fury to bring UK back alive for 9, imagine Big Baby versus Fury. That would be fun. Man, hey man, on the subject of Tyson Fury, I am so looking forward to the return of Tyson Fury. My goodness gracious, man. I am so much looking forward to Tyson Fury being back. His absence from the heavyweight division is really like with him back, you got at least 3 legitimate characters in the heavyweight division. And 4 characters, but 1 character is a promoter who needs to kick rocks. And that's Eddie Hearn. But Anthony Joshua was just, I don't enjoy him as a heavyweight champion at all. He's completely vanilla, completely manila envelope, corporate bull, just corporate phony. You know what I mean? He does, and then you got Eddie Hearn acting as if everything is about everything's about the money, and and AJ's the big A side, and blah blah blah, and doesn't want to come to America. Just AJ is a champion, dog. It's like worse. Just in this short amount of time, it's been worse than Vladimir Klitschko. With Vladimir Klitschko and Vitaly Klitschko, was like they can't fight each other, so we don't know who's going to be the best, and nobody else can beat them. And their styles, but it's not like there was somebody out there that they just wouldn't fight. It wasn't like they just wouldn't fight somebody. This dude is trying to sit on the belts, man, and that's just pissing me off, man. Yeah, Trap House, it's hard to fight. It's hard to like AJ. It's really hard to like him with Eddie Hearn. Lars Oled, man, shout out again, man. You holding it down in the super chat. Said, oh, the irony if Miller beats AJ twice. How will he explain turning down 50 million, that would be justice. Hey, and it's funny, Lars, justice hits like that, man. It hits like that. You know, that's a saying. God don't like ugly, man. Don't like ugly. You try to get cute, try to act like you got everything under control, and you one shot away from going down. You know? Oh, Trap Out said AJ's personality sucks. Yeah. I mean, before he's just boring. And then he started talking about like, oh, I want to, whatever, man. Just, yeah, it sucks. It's not, this has got a fighter mentality, man. It's not like, it's like boring. It's just boring. It's just boring. That's what he is. Just boring. And he just holding off the fight. Oh, Lil Z says Fury gets tired of training, but Fury will fight, man. But Fury will fight. That's the thing, man. Fury will fight. Fury will get in the ring and do something, dog. You know what I mean? He'll do something. I don't even doubt. I have no doubt in my mind that they'll make that fight happen. That Tyson Fury will make a fight happen. King David, man, shout out in the super chat. He said if AJ passes up 50 million up front and to a percentage, just to fight for less, he's scared of Wilder. Yeah, absolutely. I think he's already. I mean, they're afraid of losing. It's ridiculous, man. Trap Out says Fury is the real test for Wilder. He is. I mean, honestly, man, that's a Trap. That's a guy I have. If Tyson Fury is in his best shape, if he's in the same shape as he was when he fought Klitschko, if he's in that, sharpness, that level of skill, I have Tyson Fury beating everybody. I think that the dude is just, that's a really big, really long, very awkward fighter. And Deontay Wilder will not have a reach advantage on him. He wouldn't have he doesn't have a length or a size advantage on him. I mean, in a frame size of the way. It would just be really tough, man. It'd be real tough. And I think Tyson Fury's the better boxer. Awkward, but he does keep his hands down low. And if he gets clipped, it can be snooze time. But yeah, I agree, man. It's just like Fury's back. It's tough for me to pick anybody over Tyson Fury. Curtis Anderson, Fanon, the only thing I like about HBO Boxing is Roy Jones commentating. He's always right. Yeah, man, I got a lot of credit. I appreciate what you're saying because that's how I feel. And the times that my man Andre Ward been on there, but I'm liking the couple times. I'm even liking Roy Jones Jr. now even more because he's kowtowing even less. He's more open to be just like, hey, just shut up. You're wrong. He'll just come straight out with it, which is what I like that about him. No doubt about it, man. Bad Intentions was good, man. He says, sup, Fanon. I feel like they're going to throw a curveball at us. We're going to see AJ Klitschko part 2. I got a feeling the way Vlad been talking about a comeback. I wouldn't doubt if that happened. And honestly, I wouldn't mind it happen. But just understand if it happens, I'm picking Klitschko. I ain't even gonna play. I'm gonna pick Klitschko to beat him. If Klitschko came back, he fought last July. So, was it May? The beginning of May? No, it was the end of the May, beginning of July. So that'd be if he came back in July, that would be a year off. I would pick Klitschko. Share Fanon International on all your social sites. Let's keep new media. That's what's up. Hey, man, share me. Would love it. Share the videos. That works too, man. Get somebody to watch. I appreciate it. Yeah, exactly, Trap House. I take Klitschko in that, man. Oh, the end of April? So it's just over a year. Okay, so if he fought at the end of April, yeah, I mean, if he fought a year and he fought 3 months from now, 4 months from now, I would still pick him to win. That's a good long rest for him, man. For a cat that's 41 years old, they need that time off. I'm saying we need that time off. You let your body heal, man. I hope he does come back, quite honestly. That would be lovely. Because I think that I think a rematch with him and Fury, that'd be another really good heavyweight to add to the mix, man. Volcanus, man. Shout out in the super chat, man. Much appreciation, man. Out there, man. Thank you, sir. He said he's inactive with his last 2 fights and losses, though. Yeah, but he fought? He fought Tyson Fury and he fought Joshua. So it's not like he's fighting bums and lost, you know. One was a decision. He didn't take a lot of punishment. I think Tyson Fury is just a special fighter. GGG versus Wild for 9. Who I got? Oh man, you know Gennady Golovkin is the greatest fighter in the world. He would can't even get, that would last about 30 seconds. The first jab, done. Just done. Bury me in the woods. That's funny. Okay, inactive for his last 2 fights and losses. Yeah, no worry. Excuse me. Yeah, I appreciate what you're saying, man, but it's just that, I just don't think that highly of Anthony Joshua, man. I don't think that highly of Anthony Joshua. And it is what it is with me on that. I just think that he's a good fighter in a great situation, but I don't think that highly of him, man. Trap House, but at this point for Klitschko, it wouldn't matter if he came back and lost again. No, it wouldn't. He's already made it. No doubt. Ron Finkel said the lone wolf mainstream media might tell casuals different. Okay, I'm not sure what that is. Oh, you talking about Gennady Golovkin versus, the funny thing about Gennady Golovkin is just all that, for me, was all that talk about him beating Andre Ward. AJ is intelligent. He said it himself, and Eddie said so too. Sir Kryptimus Prime. He is a smart guy, though, man. He's a smart guy. I just don't think he's very talented. I think he's just he's a very big, strong guy who's fundamentally sound boxer. But that's all I think about him. I just don't think I don't think he's some real special talent, man. And I think that showed with Joseph Parker. Angel Morales, what's good, man? I'm chilling. I just don't think he's a special talent. I think he's a good fighter. That's it. I mean, I don't think AJ is just so weird. Yeah, dude is a funny dude. But I don't think he's a Lennox Lewis. I just don't think that highly of him. There's nothing. Yeah, it's like Woolbag said, AJ straight up and down, no special effects. There's just nothing really that I think he gets knocked out. I think AJ gets knocked out in 8 rounds by Lennox Lewis. I don't think he's as good as Lennox Lewis. I don't think he's on that level of fighter. I don't think Riddick Bowe. I think he's damn near easy money for Riddick Bowe. A prime Riddick Bowe, I think that's easy money. I don't think he beats Evander Holyfield. I think Mike Tyson, a prime Mike Tyson, takes him out in the first round. I just don't think that highly of him, man. Tyson Fury is something different, Frank Sparty said, I'm coming to class late for now. What I miss? Nothing much, man. We just talking this boxing. You know how it rolls. Yeah, man. Brent says AJ equals Frank Bruno 2.0. Yeah. I think that's about the talent level. I think he's about a Frank Bruno. Kind of slow plotting, but strong. Slow plotting, but strong. That's how I get him, man. Oh, Will Magic Man for now. What about AJ Bruno? Who win? I'd take Bruno. I take Frank Bruno, man. That's me. Man, Pugilism's company, man. You be repping in the super chat, man. Thank you, man. We'll go to the cause. Thank you, sir. Marvin Hagler made a statement to Thomas Hearns before their fight. He said, for $1 million, do you know how many people would cut their little thing off? What's the problem with fighters today? For $1 million. Oh my God, that's $1 million. For $50 million, this dude ain't trying to take the fight. That's crazy. Absolutely, Pugilism Company, man. And much love in the super chat, man. And by the way, everybody, please check out the interview. The interview just came out by Pugilism Company. Check out the channel. If you guys got 127 people in the stream, please subscribe to Pugilism Company. Go to their, he's got a YouTube site that's got a great series of interviews on there. Got interviews with my man, Errol Spence Jr. we talked about yesterday. So please definitely check him out. And also my man, Trap House Boxing, all day, every day. You can get him. You get your morning coffee with Trap House Boxing on his morning show every morning. Boom, comes out like clockwork. Trap House said AJ is a heavyweight GGG. Lennox will beat him profusely. Oh my, profusely. He'll beat the piss out of him, dude. I'm just not that. I'm not that convinced, man. And here's the thing is, man, I don't think that Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua are that convinced either. You know? Oh, any day, Trap House. You know you do your thing, man. I'm a big supporter of Trap House Boxing, man. Big supporter of Trap House Boxing. Sir Cryptimus Prime says for $50 million, I wear a dress to church. You know, I am not in favor at all of the effeminization of the black man. But for $50 million, I'd be strutting through that biatch too. Give me my money. What? I'm done. And I'll donate a mill to to build other kids up. Just sometimes you gotta take it for the team, man. 50 mil. Carl Burrell said for 50 million, Deontay Wildwood can Bermain Severn my ass and I'll smile all the way to the bank. Exactly. But you know, Eddie Hearn's gonna try to sell him a dream, dog. Sell him a dream. Like my man Jarrell Miller said, Eddie Hearn ain't selling me no dreams. I don't work for him. I work for myself. He's not gonna do me like he does Dillian White and all these other guys trying to sell him a promise of a fight that he can't make. Curtis Anderson said, Fanon, a lot of fights coming up in the next consecutive 5 weeks. Yeah, man. Matter of fact, while we doing it, let's go to the rolls. Man, that Dog Bay fight, though, that was the one last weekend. Isaac Dog Bay versus Jesse Magdaleno was a secret treat out there, man. I'm trying to tell you, if you've not seen it, check it out. I'm sure it's on YouTube by now. Check it out. So this Friday, May 4th, you got Ryan Garcia versus Jason Velez. Velez said he's about to do some work on Ryan Garcia. I don't see it. Then Saturday, Tony Bellew, David Haye. That's going to be good. And Gennady Golovkin, bullcrap fight with Vandis Martirosyan. But I am looking forward to Cecilia Brakas fighting on the undercard. Best women's fighter in the world. Check out Cecilia Brakas. She throws those hands. The next week, Friday, the 11th is Devin Haney and Mason Menard. Issei Smith, Tony Harrison. Then Vasily Lomachenko Linares on the 12th. Huey Fury. Oh, I'm looking forward to this Huey Fury Sexton fight because I think Huey Fury might beat Anthony Joshua too. Yep. And then they got a TBA on May 19th that had already been canceled for Keith Thurman. But Adonis Stevenson and Badu Jack on the 19th. Lee Selby, Josh Warrington, Gary Russell Jr. versus Jojo Diaz. Monster is fighting on the 25th. David Lemieux's back. And Canis. Yeah, that's what's up. All the way to Leah Santa Cruz Mares. Yeah, it's on, man. No doubt about it. Those are the fights coming up, man. That's what's up. What's going on, Deion Washington? I'm chilling. Just subscribe to Trap House said just subscribe to Pugilism Company. Yeah, man, make it happen. That's what's up. Fanon 70 Ty Legacy Fanon 750K. I'm in there. 250 for rehab services for minor brain damage and sit on the other $500,000 F 50 million 750K. Dog, you can knock me out for 100 dog. I mean 100. But yeah, man, they need to make that fight, man. They need to make that fight. No doubt about it. But look, am I at an hour yet? I was trying to do about an hour. I'm almost an hour. Look, I'm definitely going to be back later tonight after I get done with all this kitty stuff. Pugilism Company, man. Look, I need to get like 10 more people say that they've subscribed to either Pugilism Company, and Trap House Boxing. The best thing that's going to help boxing, and this is why I'm down with these cats from the LDBC. I never do this pound LDBC. I don't do pound LDBC just because, man, I feel like I want to ride off the backs of these cats. But this is one of the things that the LDBC is doing, new media is doing, and even the cats that hate on the new media dudes, hate on LDBC cats, is that they're keeping this conversation. They're giving this conversation about boxing up on a regular basis. 10, 15, 20 videos a day on YouTube coming out about boxing, Twitter, Instagram, people talking about it on a regular basis. And that is going to push some of these fights into happening. I saw a really great video that my man, if you have not subscribed to Barbershop's Conversation, had a really great contact about that too. Video about that. And how all these fighters and their teams and all that, they hear these videos. So the more people you subscribe to, the more videos that you watch, the more likely you are, even if the increase in the percentage is small, it increased the likelihood that you're going to be able to get the see that you wanted to see. He said 28 minutes you started streaming. Nah, dog. I see this. I'm an hour, dog. I appreciate that lie, though, dog. Thank you, sir. Yes. But, hey, that's why I say subscribe in these cats, man. And then the more that, see, look, here's the thing, too. If you watch Pugilism Company's videos and he's doing these videos with these fighters and they know that people are going to come and watch those videos, then they're going to be more open to talk to and give interviews to YouTube channels, which means that you can basically give a greater platform to fighters than major mainstream media casts might not do. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying, man. It's just real important, man. If you're not subscribed, subscribe and hit the bell icon. You know, some things you might want to be interested in, some things you might not be interested in, but still, I'm telling you, you're not going to get any better media coverage or conversations about boxing than you're going to get in the LDBC and the new media cats. I'm telling you, man, you got whole subculture of people that try to continue to they can just continue to hate on people. Even they are publicizing people. Dana Jones said, I share your video in my boxing group on Facebook. Yeah, man, I appreciate that, man. Thank you, sir. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you. You know, just trying to get the message out, man. And and thank you for the super chat, man, because that really does help as well, man. Rashawn McClarty, thank you, sir, man. Oh, Trap Out Boxing said, I got some things coming for real. That's what's up. Hey, man, do your thing, man. Trap, you've been in the game for a minute, and I got a lot of respect for you and Blood. Love the channel, man. Crawford versus Duran, who wins? And Rashawn McClarty, shout out in the super chat, man. I'll be sharing your videos too, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you. Thank you, anybody and everybody, for sharing the videos, man. Thank you. We try to get the word out, man, and we're trying to grow. And every time somebody watches a video, man, it helps. I really appreciate you, man. Two Robinson, what's good, man? How you feeling? So anyway, man, thanks. Shout out to everybody in the super chat, man. Everybody in the chat. Check out the videos. Subscribe to my man, Trap House Boxing. Subscribe to my man, World Breaker Fighting. Also, my man, for sure, Pugilism Company, who's been supporting me like a dog. I definitely appreciate Pugilism Company, man. But, reach out and subscribe to some cats, man. Do your thing with it. So anyway, man, with that, I got to cut out of here. My daughter's getting out of school, so I'm going to have to do that, that parental thing. And with that, I appreciate you, man. Much love to everybody in the super chat. Thank you for everybody that subscribe to Trap House Boxing and cats that subscribe to my man, Pugilism Company. And I'm out. Peace.